Hello, hello, and welcome. Hey, my name is Miladies. I am your spirit shifter here, guiding you on your journey through November's astrology. What's happening? Listen, I miss y'all as much as y'all miss me. So much has been going on, and I will say 2025 has been an eventful year. May we continue to create massive waves of faith and beliefs that shifts our collective consciousness towards a higher peaceful journey, because we definitely deserve this and need this. You already know that I love you. Thank you so much. We made it to 800. Ooh. Yes. All right. So let's get into this month. I'm going to be sharing a lot of things. So be prepared, from affirmations to a bit of numerology information, the highlights of this month, what's happening in Scorpio season, some questions to ask ourselves. What is the collective going to be feeling? Sagittarius energy. We have 2 zodiac signs every month, okay? And then I'll give you guys the dates, and you guys can go and read the article for your rising sign advice. All right. I coined this month as the rest, reflect, and rebirth month. All right. And yes, I am looking at my article since y'all don't want to read it. Here we go. So, after so many months of emotional excavation, eclipses, and an awakening within the world, you can feel it within you that there has been some type of turning point. There has been a lot of aha moments. Many of us at this current time are going through our shadows. And to be honest, that's what Scorpio season is all about. Many of us, we run away from the darkness. We run away from our responsibilities, and it catches up to us in one way or another, and it sits us the fuck down. So I advise you to sit down with yourself and evaluate yourself so that you don't get dragged. Okay. The energy this month feels soft but deeper. It's like spirit is giving us a pause to digest what's just been happening to us before the next hit and transformation comes in. You already know Mercury retrograde is in effect. Yeah, went through the Taurus Full Moon already. We'll still talk about that so you can kind of get a sense of what um is shifting within inside of you. All right. We've been through it this year. A lot of endings, a lot of awakenings. Many of us may have even shifted again, jobs, friendships, family members. Like, move those that don't assist and bring in those that does, even if they're not blood family members, right? Okay, so we have been questioning everything, all right, to create a solid foundation for ourselves. So November comes in with a lot of wisdom and emotional restoration. Yes, restore those emotions that you said, oh, I'm not gonna love again. I'm not gonna care about a friend again. Fuck this, F that, da 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 da. Yes. Let's restore it now with everything that we have discovered. All of us, we've discovered a lot in the last 10 months. Okay. Don't make me take off my slipper. So it's the month where we remember how to trust our rhythm again. So in numerology, it's the 11th month. And then when you add that up, it's a 2, the energy of divine union. So the vibration is a master number representing our spiritual connections, intuitions, and divine partnerships. All right. Partnerships can be, again, business partners, partnered up with a therapist. You finally found a doctor you enjoy. You finally partnered up with a companion as a dog, something, a animal, right? After all the storms that we have been going through in 2025, we are being invited to soften, to listen more than we speak, and to respond more than we react. All right. It's time for us to continue to reconnect with us, source, ourselves. What is our intentions? All right. 2026 is coming in. We had a glimpse of that when Saturn was in Aries, when Neptune was in Aries. We had a glimpse of what 2026 might look like. So, prepárate. All right, the month highlights are emotional and spiritual balance, intuitive breakthroughs. That means more meditation, more grounding, more journaling, forgiveness, and relational healing. Forgiveness. Right now, we are all going through something where we may not want to forgive somebody, even myself. All right. So, this month is the month to work on that. And also, divine timing and divine alignment. Do not think anything is a coincidence. We are being aligned intentionally. The eclipse brought in fated events for us. Oh, but the eclipse was a few months ago, and it still echoes for the next 6 months. All right. I'm just letting y'all know, with Jupiter in Cancer, there is a lot of expansion. Where is it at in your chart? I need y'all to look that up. All right. So for Scorpio season, we're in that deep, clean soul moment. We are cleansing. All right. Scorpio, we already know, is a water sign. So we're in the steps of truth and transformation. All right. Scorpio season is that time of the year where obviously we know the veil is thin, not much can be hidden, and a lot is exposed. All right. It is not something that is comfortable, and we already know that is necessary. Scorpio reminds us that the only way to truly reclaim our power is through honesty, shifting through our emotions, spiritual energy, all right, so that we can be able to heal and not necessarily pretend that something is not hurting. So all that fake shit, yeah. And it, man, all right. So this energy axes us. Here are the questions for you. Am I confusing emotional intensity with genuine love? What do I need to let die? That's right. So that I can bring peace into my life. How can I channel my power in a way that heals but doesn't harm? All right. Because a lot of times we even feel like not talking to somebody is healing. Okay, you build a specific boundary. What did you do with the remains of what happened prior to that? Are you letting it just sit in your body? Are you moving it? Are you talking about it in a way where there's discovery, where you can finally see the lessons? All right. We have Mars and Mercury that are traveling through Scorpio. All right. So the conversations are very deep. Again, secrets surface, truth spills out, and we might even find ourselves confronting emotional patterns that have been ruining our relationships, our finances, and even our faith. All right. So with Scorpio season, we have to stop fighting the ending, recognizing that they're not punishments, there are portals for us to begin again. Okay. As a collective energy for this month, we are shifting massively. You, the people, right, being updated with what is happening within the government system, being very present and alert, can understand what I'm about to share right now as far as what's happening, right? All right, so the first thing that's going on is we're having a rise of wisdom. We have Saturn in Pisces, where Saturn, we already know, is the Lord of Karma, right? The karmic father coming in to bring in some restrictions to remind us that there is some steps that we have missed because it's in retrograde motion in Pisces. So it's pushing us to deepen our spiritual maturity. It is not about us escaping anymore. It's about us applying what we've learned in this real time. So those of us who have been healers, I'm coming back with that, who have kind of like began to stay stagnant. This is the time to bring that practice back. For those of us who on the low are meditating, but are also not connecting or are escaping the body. This is not the time for that. This month, with Saturn in Pisces until about February, right, is retrograding. It's reminding us once again to do the fucking spiritual work. Oh, what spiritual work? Whatever that means to you. Who do you pray to? Where is your faith? Faith and belief, I'm always sharing this, is the main course meal to the way we thrive in this lifetime. Whatever faith and belief you have, it doesn't matter. We don't all believe in this. We never all believe in the same thing. It's fucking Earth, bro. All right. We have a lot of healing and prosperity energy. Like I told y'all, Jupiter in Cancer is expanding blessings in the home, family, and community. All right. You might feel a pull towards nurturing projects, real estate moves, or ancestral healing, redecorating your home. It depends on what house it's in. All right. Some of us are even partnering up with our life partner. We might be even experiencing a great work experience where you found the job that you enjoy and you're happy and everything is flowing. That's coming in. If you haven't tapped into this energy, it will not come back for the next 12 years. So tap into Jupiter in Cancer. It will be there until June 2026. So see where is it in your chart so that you can feel that life is blessing you in one way or another, because it is. All right. Um Continue to heal those ancestral patterns, right? I know it's, you know, our ancestral lineage was not perfect. Obviously, nobody's is. There was a lot of different um activities and events that happened within our family lineage. So allow yourself to check that out if you are interested, right? In understanding how some of that is affecting you in this current time. All right. My girl Grecia, all right, from Maraja Spiritual Luxury. She has recordings on how to elevate your ancestors and connect with them. I advise you guys to check that out. All right. We're also, as a society, this one is real prominent. Financial and systematic shifts. Pluto went direct in Aquarius. It was stagnant for a little bit. You know, we was playing around, and now is exposing all the broken systems in businesses, governments, and the media. right? So collectively, there's a conversation about bringing in equality, being transparent with what's really going on, and honestly, owning up to that responsibility, right? So there's a lot of um uh, let's keep it focused. There's remember, all right, I just expressed about the healing. I'm giving the solution right now because I don't have time for the other part. I'm gonna be honest. So I just spoke about healing and prosperity, right? So if you are into the Bible, when it comes to this financial and systematic shifts, get into the Bible and look for the prayers that will reverse this, right? If you do affirmations, use that to reverse this. I desire to continue to be on the path of not jumping on the bandwagon where all of our collective thoughts are going towards something that's negative. Something that if we shift our mind to something that's we want to create, that we want to see, and we believe that it's going to be activating for us, we go that route. I pray that y'all understand what I'm saying. Do not fall into this whole systematic shit. However, with Pluto direct in Aquarius, it is actively happening in our realities. And we can actively shift it as a collective if we all freaking consciously focus on our true desires. If that is you already feeling like your birthright has been given to you, all of the abundance, all of the prosperity, the love. All right, I'm coming back. All right. The energy of the weather emotionally and our actual weather is getting a little bit on that overflow energy where the floods, the storms are happening in real time, right? In addition to our emotions, our emotional body is releasing. Again, Scorpio season, water time. All right. Once we get to Sagittarius season, everything is going to be a bit more different, obviously, because it's a fire sign. So we will be pumped up in a more productive way. Right now, be in your emotions, weather through the storm. However, there's a lot of mirroring happening. So don't talk shit about somebody else if you don't feel like you're not part of that. All right. There's a lot of mirroring happening right now. There's a lot of projection that is happening right now when it comes to our emotions. Again, as I shared before, let's listen more. All right. Let's be more compassionate with each other. Let's have that forgiveness flag up if we desire to continue to develop a deeper relationship with our jobs, with our family members, with our lovers, with our children, with our friends. Remember, don't hold on to something that is ending. And, carry a sweater and a jacket because we don't even know how this weather's going to go. All right, moving along. We got Sagittarius season. And Sagittarius season begins November 22nd. All right. After the emotional deep dive that we get into, it just feels like a window opened up and our emotions and our moods shift into a more introspective, expansive view. Our emotions become inspirational moves. Sagittarius, like I said, is a fire sign. Sagittarius do not like to be held down, not even with emotions. Okay. So Sagittarius is going to bring freedom. We're going to be thinking about traveling more, right? Expanding our thoughts, our minds, bringing in more laughter because, there's a lot of motherfucking crying during Scorpio season. So we learning how to laugh again, but this isn't the same kind of fun as before. because you did the work. You're transformed. So now you can feel the joy. It's more conscious than it was as an illusion. This is your reminder that healing doesn't mean that you stop living. All right. It just means that you start living more truthfully within yourself. All right. So Sagittarius season is asking us to basically think about how you can move with more intention instead of reacting from the old patterns. What truths are you finally ready to honor, even if it changes everything? Mm, mm, mm. Yeah. What dreams require structure so that they can actually become reality? All right. Because Sagittarius, all my fire signs is about action. All right. They're ready to get shit going. We don't have time for the rest. Even though I did say this month is about rest, when you get to Sagittarius season, we are resting in our ideas and bringing them into reality, giving ourselves time and space rather than just going, building the plan. This is where I would even suggest to create a vision board if you're that type of person. All right. Because Sagittarius is connected to Jupiter. All right. Connected to the ninth house. All right. For those of you who enjoy to take a 3-day vacation, do that. All right. So that you can shift your energy. I just came back from New Orleans. My energy definitely has been shifted. However, I've always, y'all know, with my astrocartography, which by the way, you can get your chart done so I can share with you where the best places for you to expand your thinking, to connect with your Venus, to connect with your sun and your moon. All right. I just came back from New Orleans, and why I know that my energy shifted because my sun and my moon crosses. They do a complete X, which means that my masculine energy and my feminine energy comes together, and I'm able to embody that. Where I'm in New York, I only embody the Neptune energy, which is more of that spiritual energy, which is what you guys see. So in order for me to embody some of my other energies, I have to travel. Sagittarius season is good for that. All right. Yes, we will be in retrograde. So travel at your discretion, but you can also just take a quick trip to the next town. Or you can just go visit somebody that's not going to get on your nerves. It's all up to you. Nonetheless, get back to your motherfucking dreams. All right. So let's get into the dates. I'm going to be sharing some dates that already went through, obviously, because today I'm dropping this on the 7th. However, everything is important. So let's go. November 2nd, you guys felt it. All right. Venus, Jupiter, and Chiron. Venus, the planet of love, finances. Jupiter, planet of expansion. Chiron, the wounded healer. We're all under the Pisces moon. All right. That's how we started the month. Very tender, baby. Very tender. It created an energy of emotional release and heart centered forgiveness. Old wounds, especially in love, family, and money, came up for some healing. So, if on the November 2nd you was out there fighting, that was you basically cleansing your spirit. I'm fighting fighting yourself. I hope you wasn't hitting anybody, okay? He's out here fighting your tears back. You could still cry, all right? Cry, cry. That day was a day for us to like soften in our strength. Stop trying to be a thug, all right? They always tell me stop trying to be a thug. I be crying. I started crying. Y'all know I've been started crying in a few years now. But prior to 2017, I was not a crying. All right, moving along. We had the beautiful full moon in Scorpio. Nope, I'm lying. That's the new moon coming up. The Taurus Super Full Moon. Basically, we already know the super moon is when the moon is closer. So on those days, or up to those days, our emotions were heightened. All right, and a lot of revelations surfaced, and that Taurus energy really brought us back to be grounded into our body. Because of all that water energy, we tend to do what? Escape. Right. So therefore, this full moon was reminding us to stabilize ourselves, to recommit to our values, our self-worth, and to also not forget to celebrate the progress that we have been doing this year. All right. And because Uranus is nearby, we could have expected some surprises around money. All right. Comfort and security. Let me know what happened. You got a bonus? Or the bonus is coming up. What's up? Let me know. All right. Definitely continue to stabilize your thoughts, to make room for things that are going to be in alignment for you rather than for things that are not in alignment for you. All right. You can still go ahead and do a quick ritual where you can write down everything you're grateful for and then release what no longer feels secure and sustainable with a plan. All right. November 6th, we had Venus enter Scorpio during Scorpio season. So Venus stomps into Scorpio's passionate waters, intensifying love, desires, and emotional truth. So no more fake connection. It's emotional CPR, if you get what I mean. It's bringing back what it feels to be deeply connecting. Venus in Scorpio wants to know what's behind the curtains, what's hiding in the heart, and what's blocking our intimacy. All right. So we are all going to be craving deep transparency and transformation in all of our relationship. So no, we not for that fake shit. All right. Things that don't feel real anymore is gonna get cut off. So that's internally and personally. In the outer world, this could look like, a couple of celebrity scandals, some deaths happening out there, some major financial shifts happening. Spiritually is an invitation for us to meet our desires without shame. So here's an affirmation for you. My desires are divine directions guiding me towards truth. All right. Take that with you. Stop playing with your life. November 7th, today, Uranus goes back into Taurus. Bum, 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 bum. First and foremost, Taurus, this is your time to reconnect with your values, reconnect with your financial system. All right. So today, Uranus retrogrades into Taurus, and Venus in Scorpio is having a fight with Pluto in Aquarius. So today is a freaking spicy day, and I guess that's why I showed up, because they was like, "You got to do this, whether if it's a podcast or not. Get out there." Uranus retrogrades back into Taurus, bringing financial and earth shifting energy. This takes us back to a story that started in 2018. All right, the slow revelation of values, monies, and comfort. But this time, the change hits deeper. Deeper. Expect the unexpected. we know that Uranus is the planet that shakes shit up. So it's going to shake up money, our economics, and even our physical environment. So yes, let me know if there's some earthquakes out there. Let me know what's happening. I'm gonna step outside, but this is a worldly thing as well. So déjenme saber lo que está pasando allá afuera. Venus squaring Pluto is gonna bring up jealousy. It's gonna bring up power play, and remember manipulation coming up, emotional intensities in relationship. So it's important to stay grounded. Not every emotional storm deserves your energy. So yes, expect breakups, breakthroughs, and the I can't do this anymore moments. So we're in the space of reaching for that emotional freedom, reminding ourselves that what's falling apart is not a punishment, it's a protection. Here's your affirmation: what falls apart was never meant to cage me. November 9th, we have Mercury retrograde beginning. There's a twist to this because it only stays in Sagittarius for like about 9 days, okay? Mercury goes into Sagittarius retrograding, providing us with misinformation, and it's going to be really loud because, like I said, it's a fire sign. You feel me? So be mindful of what you say, what you sign, or what you share. This retrograde is about reviewing your truth, not proving it. So there will be some travel delays, technology mishaps as usual, schedules changing. So don't get an attitude if something changes. However, this retrograde is really a mental detox. Your beliefs are evolving. Your truth is growing, and your faith is getting stronger and stronger. So really allow yourself to use this retrograde to release those beliefs from your childhood that no longer serve you, right? Those habits that still keep you locked in a loop. Here's your affirmation. Why is it so easy for me to know what's real for me? And that's an affirmation. I love those. All right. November 11th, we have Jupiter retrograde in Cancer. The retrogrades is coming in, giving us. Did I tell y'all to rest? Jupiter begins its retrograde in Cancer, shifting the focus from outer success to inner nourishment. There has been a lot of successful events happening for you. I don't even care if it's from you being angry to not being angry anymore and really understanding the lesson. That is a breakthrough. We all had some type of breakthrough. Okay. So when the planet of growth goes retrograde, it is not a no, it's just a not yet. So Jupiter retrograde invites us to realign our blessings with our purpose. And your purpose is what you're doing in the moment. I share this all the time. People ask me, "Oh, what's my purpose?" You talking to me right now? We all have a purpose or something. We never know if during that moment that we speaking to somebody, we share something that's enlightening and inspiring and that propels them to go somewhere else. That's a purpose. You washing the dishes, it's a purpose. A purpose of washing the dishes so that you can have clean dishes. So when you cook, you can have a plate to serve on. All right. So what are your blessings? What are you grateful for? The question now is, what does abundance feel like when it's not about money? The energy of Jupiter retrograde in Cancer is reminding us to invest in our peace, our care, and our community. All right. Rest is wealth. Joy is success. And the good news about this energy is that it supports reflection on abundance, faith, and gratitude. So this is a time for you to start back up on your gratitude journal, because I know you stopped. Your blessings doesn't disappear. They're just downloading behind the scenes. So continue to say to yourself, I am rich in ways that matter most. All right. So now we get to November 16 and 17. All right. There's a grand trine. Oh, what's a trine? When the energy in the astrological the energy in the astrological chart creates a triangle and creates a magnificent flow that helps us. All right. And there has been multiple water trines, meaning that we have been getting assistance in our emotions, our negative Nancy mindset, and really realigning ourselves with our true feelings. Um, Recently I've been re-exposed to a emotional chart, and I'll see if I talk about it on TikTok or here on YouTube. I'll post it up. It's a huge chart about emotions. I'm drinking my juice. I'm drinking a ginger aid, ginger, pear, red apple, and pineapple. I didn't make it. I bought it from the supermarket. It tastes good. They be doing juices. All right, get your juice on. um, Shoot, I lost my train of thought. The grand trine, our emotions. All right, let me just tell you. November 16 and 17. Um, we have the sun. That's in who? Scorpio, which is water. We have Jupiter. That's in Cancer. That's water. And then we have Saturn. That's in Pisces. That's water. All those water signs are coming together to bring some massive healing. It's a healing portal. All right. So they bring a flow of balance and structure back into your life. All right. Things starts to make a bit more sense again. Doors begin to open, opportunities arrive. Some of that karma begins to balance out. Remember, karma is not good or bad, is what you state it to be. It's a reminder that what you are attracting is being aligned with you, where you don't have to chase. This is what this energy is saying. So, as you listen to this podcast, write these dates down so you can prepare your energy to be open for this to arrive. Get rid of all that nasty gunk in the beginning of the month. Here's your affirmation. What's meant for me aligns with ease, not resistance. All right. On the 18th, this is where things get different. Mercury re-enters Scorpio. It just left Scorpio. Mercury wants to go back there. When Mercury backtracks into Scorpio, we're going to see what's been hiding under the surface. Again, so y'all don't want to do it during the times that we said, hey, secrets are coming up. Oh no, it's coming back. Somebody lie. Secrets, truth, and suppressed feelings all come up to be cleared. This is the emotional review, the return to old wounds. So y'all thought that y'all could escape not taking care of that childhood trauma. You didn't get that therapist. You didn't go for that counselor. You didn't do anything. November 18th, shit is about to come back. All right. So still a lot of power dynamic fights, like, oh, who's stronger, who's more powerful in this relationship. Disputes with bosses, definitely, right? Co-workers that you feel undermine you. All of this is there. All right. And it's coming back because it needs the light. It is not for us to fear the shadows. They're showing up where the truth lies. The truth is there. So again, keep in mind, before signing anything, before confessing anything or committing to anything, take a couple of deep breaths, check your intuition, let silence do the talking. The truth doesn't rush, it just shows up. All right, here's your affirmation. My intuition always reveals what my eyes cannot yet see. Mm, mm, mm. Okay, I'm gonna need y'all to get prepared for this one. Maybe I need y'all to get prepared for the whole month, but hear me out. I'm not gonna share the new moon ritual with y'all because I want y'all to go see it in the article. Uh, but I do have a Scorpio new moon ritual should you decide to partake in it. All right, November 20th, we have a Scorpio new moon, and I'll take out some cards. You guys can see that. I'm also going to be, or I should have mentioned in the beginning, take out some shadow cards. Yeah, yeah, I will see it. What's happening with y'all shadow? What shadow y'all working with? No, I'm gonna get nosy. I am. All right, so November 20th, Scorpio New Moon and a Mercury Kazemi. We already know a Kazemi is a great energy, which means that Mercury is sitting right at the heart of the sun. All right. I'm letting y'all know right now. Please protect your energy. Please protect your motherfucking energy, all right? Because there's a lot of restoring. There's a lot of releasing and restoring in this month. The powerful new moon aligns with the Mercury Kazemi, and that's going to bring clarity after confusion. We still going to be during that Mercury retrograde. What I enjoy about this retrograde is that it's actually providing confusion to be cleared up before it goes direct. It's allowing karmic positivity to interfere. So this is why I shared in the beginning of the year that all these Mercury retrogrades were actually assisting us more than anything else, more than really like bringing us down. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say this. Well, sorry, not sorry. I like this retrograde. Anyways, let's keep it going. All right. So think deep emotional detox, the kind that brings closure. I'm talking about them old wounds again, them financial shifts. All right. Let's get clear. Many of us are going to have some spiritual rebirths, reminding ourselves that, especially with this new moon, I desire for you guys to start working a few days before it actually appears, because when this one appears, it's going to be at 28 degrees, which means that the very next day, that energy is not going to be there. And that's happening for a lot of the new moons, where I desire for you guys to work with the moon a few days before it actually comes. Yeah, that's what my intuition is sharing. All right. So rebirths, like a spiritual rebirths, right? On this lunation is asking us, what are you ready to release so your soul can breathe again? Hmm. It's about reclaiming your voice, your emotional truth, and your power. Again, a lot of power struggles this month. Think of it as a spiritual microphone moment for your soul who is ready to speak up and be heard. And this expands for the next 6 months, because we already know the new moon holds the energy until the full moon. So get crazy with it. I put a ritual there. Stop playing with your life. Go see it. I put a ritual, and one of those things is to manifest through your shadows. All right, it can be done. I do it all the time. I'm going through a dark night of the soul right now. Right now, as we speak, it's just why y'all don't see me show up so much, but I show up as much as I can. All right, November 21st, the sun is on the opposite side of Uranus, and then it enters Sagittarius. So right before we begin Sagittarius season on the 21st, 22nd, 21st, 22nd, the sun basically clashes with Uranus and shake things up. So we getting hit again with the energy of the change is happening whether you're ready or not. And we're going to feel the tension between freedom and control, the old and the new, feeling safe, comfortable, and what is expansion. So unexpected changes are going to be coming up for some of us. And it's a divine redirection. So just observe and stay in your intentions this month. Because once the sun moves into Sagittarius, the vibes get much lighter, more adventurous. Again, we get back to the learning, to the laughing. Scorpio season was there to heal our roots, and now Sagittarius season is having us feel like we got our wings again. We got our wings again. Here's your affirmation. I trust change because my spirit chose this expansion. We be fighting. We be fighting. And our spirit be bringing us back to reality. All right. November 27th, Saturn is going to go direct in Pisces. So, we spoke about it being retrograde, and it was retrograde for a while. I think a few months. Y'all want me to check? Hold on. No. I'm going to check. Says y'all want me to check. So y'all can know when this shenanigans started. It wasn't that long though, I will say. No, don't be rushing me now. Where it says planets. All planets. All planets. Wait, no, I gotta go to retrograde. There we go. All right, so July 13th. See, it wasn't that long. July, August, September, October, November. So for the last 4 months, Saturn was retrograde in Pisces. And so now that it's going direct, this is something big because it's going back into action. The planet of structure and discipline is coming in, and easing up what you have been facing the past few months when it comes to your spirituality and your emotional blockages. I'm freaking happy. The lessons are integrated. Structure meets spirit, and what once felt delayed now feels aligned. And that is on the, excuse me, the day that, here in the United States they celebrate Thanksgiving. So I do feel like it's gonna be it's gonna be what is the retrograde? I don't know how you be dealing with your family. I'm gonna be honest with you, but if you are okay, I think that this Thanksgiving, the past Thanksgivings have been weird for many. There's been more Friendsgiving than actually Thanksgiving. Okay, I digress. All right, so now we all can come from a place of spiritual maturity instead of like the fear. All right, so this is going to be the time to commit, to start, to build, to dream, and to bring practicality into existence. All right, discipline doesn't block magic, it keeps it alive. I know magic is flowing, but if we can be like, oh, every Saturday, see, Saturn functions with Saturday, right? If you can light up a candle every Saturday and dedicate the time of Saturn to Saturn to help you stay disciplined in the things that you're doing, guarantee things will go into a different space for you. Take that. Anybody could take that. But working together with the energies that are shifting us really propels us into that dimension, that intention, and that reality, to be honest with you. All right. Oh, the affirmation here for you is my dreams deserve structure. My structures deserves soul. Mm-mm-mm. All right. Mercury. It's funny because it's like things is like in the beginning of the month, retrograde, retrograde, retrograde. And at the end of the month is like direct, direct, direct. On the 29th, Mercury goes direct. Don't forget, there's a 2-week shadow period after that. So relax. After weeks of mixed messages and miscommunication, clarity comes back in full force. Mercury goes direct in Scorpio. So yeah, no, it's still a Scorpio. It's playing this little game. So it's clearing up mental fogness. And again, that shadowness. This will be, like I said, a great time for you to dive deep into your shadow. Like get into that mente, get into that brain, get into those unconscious thoughts that block you in many areas of your life, whether if it's the financial area, the confidence, right? I know a lot of people that are probably meant to be famous and they don't desire to be famous because they don't want to be in the limelight. That could definitely be a fear of you being in a limelight in another lifetime, and maybe the crowd didn't like you, so you still have that energy within you. So all you have to do is probably do a past life regression, or go to therapy and talk about it, and then now you feel more confident to actually become famous. Like I shared in the past, my articles did not look like this when I first started. I was fearful of writing my articles and my thoughts because I come from knowing Spanish first and then learning English. So my language barrier does fluctuate. Yes, and at the end of the day, I didn't get the proper schooling growing up. I was actually built to fail. So I had to overcome all those things in order for me to feel confident enough to even come here and talk to y'all today. So I pray that that helps somebody, because I know that it if you're meant to be famous, you can't really hide from that. All right. Conversations move forward, the truth emerges, and clarity returns. Say what you mean, but with love. It's time to make decisions based on what we've been learning during the retrograde. Your affirmation: my words create peace because they come from truth. Whose truth? Your truth. Your truth is not everybody else's truth. Keep that in mind. However, we can respect each other's truth, and that's the key to this. November 30th, Venus enters Sagittarius. All right. We made it to the end of the month. We closing out the month with Venus, you know, lifting the mood up. It's giving flirty, free, and full of faith. Love takes on a playful tone again. Scorpio just intense, bro. That ass. Well, we need it, right? Some of us don't really like tapping into our emotions, so guess what? Scorpio will do it for you. And with Venus entering Sagittarius, we are definitely ready to connect from a space of joy, not control. This is going to be the perfect energy to say yes to any travels, any creativity, partnerships, spontaneous fun. Because after a deep emotional transformation, I guarantee it must be time for us to breathe, laugh, and live a fucking again. Listen, journal, burn with caution, scream, hug a tree. Man, there's so much that we can do. I'm actively doing things. I have not been working out for the last 3 months, and that is not me. And I know that the best way to shift it is to get a personal trainer or to place myself in a space where I have no choice but to get back to be active. So I'm on a mission with that. And I'm sharing that with you to say that we are all going through it. Okay? So the affirmation for November 30th, or whenever you want to say the whole month, go collect them at the article. They're all stated in the article. I am open, radiant, and ready for what's next. What's next? You tell me. All right. So for a collective ritual in November, we can all light up a blue or purple candle and we write 3 things that we've released since the summer and 3 things that we are ready to call in before the year ends. And then you can play some healing music, some jazz music, do some breath work, connect with yourself, and do it in a collective way where you're adding other people to this beautiful ending of the year, giving gratitude for the people that supported you. All right. I love y'all. Come check out your risings, the articles on Buy Me a Coffee. The article on Buy Me a Coffee. And I'm going to be pulling out some cards to figure out what's up with your shadow, what to doing. Don't forget that there are multiple readings on YouTube so that you can see what's happening. I did a reading, a 3 month reading, October, November, and December. So check that one out. There's so much stuff here. And you guys know I love y'all. Let me go live now. Besitos.